Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Victoria. I'm a knitter living in Berlin. This is my first knitting podcast. I'm gonna show you my finished objects and works in progress. But first I would like to start with the cardigan I'm wearing now. It is a jean cardigan by Kolibri by Johanna. And the yarn is Length Yarns Vaya. The color is 94. And now let's move on to the first finished object. It is a sweater for my husband. Hopefully you can see it. And it took me 4 months to finish this sweater. And finally it is ready. But my husband wasn't even able to wear it because the spring has eventually come to Berlin and now it's too warm for it. The yarn is Drops Merino Extra Fine. It is 100% merino wool and the color is dark blue. And I didn't use any pattern for knitting this sweater. It was my first time when I calculated everything myself. So that's why it took much time and I had to unravel and start from the beginning many times, but the result is worth it. It is worked top down in 1x1 rib stitch. And it wasn't the greatest idea to knit the whole men's sweater in 1x1 ribbing because it's too heavy. It took 800 grams, but my husband chose exactly 1x1 rib stitch, so that's why I had to do it. And now let's move to the next finished object. It is a hat, which I have called the triple chocolate hat because of the color combination. The yarn is Drops North. It is 45% alpaca, 30% nylon and 25% wool. The brown color is Chestnut 22 and the beige color is 29 Marzipan. I didn't use any pattern to knit this hat. First, I used 1 strand of brown yarn and 1 strand of beige yarn held together and knitted the cuff in 1x1 rib stitch. Then I switched to 2 strands of brown yarn and knitted the whole external layer of this hat in 1x1 rib stitch. And then I picked up stitches for the internal layer for this hat, and I used only 1 strand of the beige yarn and I knitted the internal layer in a stockinette stitch. So it is a 2-layered hat and I haven't worn it yet, but I guess it is a warm hat because the yarn contains alpaca and there are 2 layers, one of which is knitted in 2 strands held together. And I've also knitted the socks. They're just basic socks. And the yarn is Regia. It is the usual sock yarn. It is 75% wool and 25% polyamide. I think here I used some new, for me, cast on, but I totally forgot how it is called. Then I knitted 3x1 ribbing. And these socks have a German short row heel and a wedge toe. And now let's move on to the works in progress. The first one is Eva Cardigan by PetiteKnit. I have recently uploaded the knitting vlog where I started this cardigan, so if you're interested, you can check it out. I have knitted the whole body and I've started the sleeve. And to be honest, it is my 3rd attempt to knit this sleeve. I have already knitted almost the whole sleeve twice, but it was too wide. So now I'm trying to knit the sleeve decreases more often and hopefully it will look better. And the yarn is BC Garn Loch Lomond. It is 100% organic wool. And the color is light blue 25. And my plan is to finish this cardigan by the next podcast. And the second work in progress is the socks. It is the Midsommar Socks by greenermakes, and they are my first color work socks. I find this floral pattern adorable, but I have a problem that it looks a bit untidy and uneven. It is wrinkling. I don't have experience in knitting color work socks, so that's why it's a bit difficult for me. I'm trying to knit it not too tight, but it still doesn't work for me. I hope that blocking would help me, so we'll see. I wouldn't promise that I would finish the socks by the next podcast because it is a very slow project. I should be very attentive to the stitches and to the color changes. Apart from these projects, I also would like to start the cloud tee by PetiteKnit. I have never knitted any of summer tees or tops, but I would like to have one. I haven't even bought the yarn, but I think I would use Sandnes Garn Tynn line in some light color. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching this video. You can leave in the comments what you have recently knitted, and see you in the next videos. Bye bye.